Hello, friends. I'm still at the camp, and well, there won't be too many left at the camp. Then we'll be in down, probably in the garage. Remember that with the trapper's hat there. Something just came to mind there. Grampy, he gave me an idea about. He's telling me that a lot of wood that he used at his camp is hemlock, and I'm going to tell you a little story about hemlock. Has not everything to do with the with the camp here. We have I've sawed down big hemlocks here. They're like real big, but I don't know. People don't seem to value hemlocks too much around these parts. They're all over the place in the bush. The specimen that's decent is just not. Hang on, I'll turn you around. See my wells right there, and just to the left of it, right there. That's 10. It's not 24 inches, but it's close at the butt there, and it goes up, and it's but as it starts. Like you'd get 16 and a 12 before you get into the branches, and after that, well, you're into the branches. So, but this is a fair size. I've cut down some bigger ones than that, but this is a fair size hemlock. And as the story evolves, I'll tell you the problem with these trees. Now, as we look in the bush. See, there's one right there. It's they're not all straight. There's some all over the place in here. And remember a few weeks ago? Well, I'll go there and I'll show you, and then I'll bring you to the granddaddy. See this here? This is a cedar, eh? This well, just almost as big as that the hemlock. This cedar here. This is a yellow birch, but needless to say, see the top. It's had better days, eh? It just I was going to take it down, but nature's going to take care of that. And little birds play in that. There's another another yellow birch. Hang on. Is this a little oak? Yeah. Yes. A little oak. There's. Hang on. There's a yellow birch. Right there. Hang on. I gotta show you right there. But there's another hemlock. Right there. See? Now this hemlock would be maybe good. And there's another one right behind it right there. Another hemlock. And there's some going up the mountain. There's more hemlock than pine and spruce. In here though I have a lot of cedar too. Okay, we're gonna go to another place and the story's gonna come still keep going. Here we are talking about hemlock, and I went to get my game gams, and I seen some few nice specimens, and we were here a few weeks ago, like maybe 2 months ago. I'm just gonna show you. These are nice. I guess you'd call those mountain specimens, and if they weren't so big, they'd be good for right there, and then right there, somewhere. Woo! A mosquito, a smaller one. See that one right? Ooh, there. That's perfect size. That's that one a little bit too big. There's another perfect one. And this one here, somewhere around there, that's another decent sized one. They're all over the place around here. But there's a problem with that. Oh, I just heard a deer. I just heard a deer in the bush. Maybe he heard me too. Okay, so we're gonna change locations here, and then I'm gonna show you the granddaddy. Oh, look at that! You can tell. See that? All those are hemlock, all along the top of. And these trees, believe me, when there's a windstorm, they come down. But the hydro, I don't know. They don't cut what they don't have to, I guess. So, okay. Hang in there, folks. There's just one in the other spot, and I'll show you. It'll be the granddaddy of them all. It's about the biggest hemlock I have on my property. So I'll be showing you it. Okay, folks, this is the specimen. The only thing with this one, I'd noticed that like you get a 16 maybe to the first branches there, and then after that you'd get a 10 maybe to the first big branches. I'm talking logs they were sawing. But okay, now the story starts. Why? See this here tree? It's so big that when you saw it, the circles of the bark. Ooh, see this one here? Hang on, this one's breaking. See, it's some little, I don't know, little fellows are poking around. I don't know, squirrels, but woodpeckers. But the wind got to it, eh? And it's folded over into a beech tree, I think. This one right there, beech tree. See, even this big beech tree shows some damage at the bottom of some prior activity. Beech trees are a common tree for, oh, something's been, maybe not, I don't know. See some brown there, but there's some there too. So, but look at this down there. Looks like, you know, when you skid trees in the forest, well then you'd skin the bark off the bottom of other trees, unless it's that little feller that I talked to you who's in the last video about him eating the bark on the trees. I don't know. I can't. The deer often pass through here, and they go, well, it's hard to see on camera. There's another good specimen right there of hemlock. See? There's lots of hemlocks here. Another one, that's a cedar. Hang on. Okay. That's a hemlock. That's a cedar. Those are hemlocks. This one. And this one. That's a cedar. That's a hemlock. That's a cedar. Hemlock. And as you go up there, hemlock. And there's others. There's some up the mountain here. But as you go down that way, then I have spruce, which is, and they're nice too, but that's for another day. Look at this scroungy looking cedar right here. It's the branches are all gone on one side. I don't know what's why. It only has branches on one side. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. It's but this guy here, it's branched. Well, it's branched on top there. See, it goes into the other hemlock, and it's branched here in the beech tree. That's my favorite tree. The bears sometimes they scratch these, eh? They'll make. Guess what this is, folks? See that? See that? Now you don't want to be tasting these. They're not jelly beans. No, see, well, could be. It could be. See, but they're old. See there, there, and there. But these are old, if they are. Bears claw at them. See up there? Right there. And they'll claw at them. I don't know if they're trying to get the beech nuts or what. But it's one of the trees that's well, famous. It's not famous. It's just, it'll hang on, I'll turn around here as I'm going down. The tree is like it keeps a record of the past. Okay, while hemlock, even if a bear climbed it or did whatever he wanted, there would be nothing left of the. Look at the size of this booger. Look at this is enormous. I'm sure if you went from here to there with a tape measure, to be at least 36 inches. But that's it. It gets smaller. Like around here, yeah, you'd be 30, and up there it'd be 24. But anyways, this is a big tree. But the wood in that wooden, like the circles, they're not. As you cut it, they delaminate themselves, eh? So you'll cut a 12-inch board and you'll end up with just pieces, eh, of delaminated boards. That's my experience, okay? Anything over 12 inches, 12, 14 inches max. After that, you start to get problems. You have a lot of wood, but as soon as it dries, oh, hang on, I'll show my face again in here. Talk about hemlock and drying, eh? When hemlock dries, you better have an air nailer, and even at that, you better have a drill and be good for nailing, because you ain't gonna nail it. And trust me, I know that, because I built another camp, not this one here. I built another camp, and my joists for the floor were all hemlock. They were strong. It's strong wood, but if it's dry, man, whoo, them boards were hard to nail into the hemlock, I'll tell you that. So, I don't know if this covered the hemlock story for Grampy. Grampy says sighting on his camp and a lot of stuff. Oh, hang on. I'll sit myself down and we'll continue the story. I remember, hang on, can I put the camera down? There. Okay, I remember my brother, it's the older brother, he's deceased now, but he used to have a farm. It was an old farm, over 100 years old, and there was a barn. It was like two-sided. There would be a runway in the center for bringing in the wagons, but they were horse wagons with hay, just hay piled on top of the wagon, and then they threw it on both sides, but the center part was elevated, and there was more or less holes on each side, and they filled those to the roof full of hay. And this barn was over 100 years old. We wanted to make use, but we had a tractor. So what we did is we decided to cut the center part out because that was elevated. It was all right with the horses, but with the tractor, it was a wooden floor. So we wanted to go right down to and we were making bales, so we're going to use that pile of bales, that barn. So we decided to cut the center part out, Now, all that barn was made with round wood. Anything above ground was all made with cedar, like cedar, I'm talking 24-inch cedar, okay? That's the old days cedar. I don't think I even have 24-inch cedar here. I have maybe 16-inch at the biggest. But this was old growth cedar. And everything that was underground, because we had the wood kept on going and it was buried, for the barn. So I guess that was a footing or whatever they called it then. So we dug and we cut those. But those weren't cedar. They were hemlock. So everything above ground was cedar and everything in the ground was hemlock. And trust me, 100 years old, and the hemlock that were in the ground were just as good as the day they were buried. So it just goes to show you. Supposedly, now, this is what I've been told by the old guys, okay? The older guys, they're dead now. The best wood for making a veranda, if you want it to last, if you're not talking pressure-treated wood, and the pressure-treated wood these days, trust me, it's not all meant to be what it's sold to be. They sell spruce and everything but the kitchen sink type of wood. They just put a little bit of preserver on it. It used to be made with cyanide, the preservative, but now they've outlawed that. So it's just a kind of a syrup solution. Probably, you look if you get 10 years out of it. But anyways, you got to keep treating it, And if you don't, well, your verandas are going to be shot in no time. And where was I going with this? Yeah, the best wood, if you take like wood from a sawmill, just put it there, and for it to last, go with pine. I done my veranda here, and it's over 20 years old, and I haven't changed one plank. And it's made from southern pine. I trust, I'm not sure, but that it's a Goodfellow product, and it comes from around Georgia in the swamps, and they call that southern pine. Pine is your best, and then spruce and all the rest there. I've even seen some poplar, okay, used for making timbers for walls, okay. Poplar is about the worst wood you'd want to use for structural walls and everything, So, yeah, sometimes it's all about money, and they don't care what they sell you. Where was I going with this? Yeah, I just wanted to say, like the barn, the old 100-year barn, below ground it was hemlock, above ground it was cedar. But hemlock has sap in it, and it keeps it. It's just like pine, same thing. It keeps it, and it doesn't dry or fade away, So that's what keeps the wood. That's my understanding of it. So, yay, Gators, jewels of knowledge again. Salute you all. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, well, you do, and leave comments. They're welcome. And we'll see you in the next one.